Hello, I'm Harry Potter. Hi, Jakey Stief here, the long-haired freaky dude. Today I'm going to talk about perhaps one of the greatest books of all time, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Or for my British fans, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I am thrilled that this book in this book series has become one of the greatest selling series of all time. It gives me hope for the world. Now please don't be turned off by the fact that it is modern or that it is young adult fiction. That in no way detracts from its greatness. It is still a fantastic book. It will still be very magical. Now I remember my mom always reading me Harry Potter in bed back whenever I was but a wee tot. And you know, I just absolutely loved it back then, so I figured it was time to come back and revisit this magical world which I loved so much, and you know, sort of in honor of Alan Rickman, who just passed away. It hasn't spoiled, it hasn't tainted, if anything, it tastes even better. It has aged like a fine wine. It tastes even better now that I'm older. Because it has all that sentimental value, and now that I can look back, I can appreciate it for all of the wonderful things that it has taught me after all of this time. Always. Not only did J.K. Rowling inspire countless number of kids to read, like I said, it was read to me back before I knew what words were. Yes, I am that young, my friends, deal with it. But, you know, other than that, it teaches us some fantastic morals and some fantastic values. Harry Potter is the perfect hero, and no, I'm not talking about the character Harry Potter, I'm talking about all of the characters in Harry Potter, really the whole slew of them. They make up this great inspirational thing to look up to. It's great that kids look up to the people in Harry Potter. These are exactly the people who I would want people to want to become. It's the perfect people for a kid to look up to be inspired by, to want to become. You know, comic book heroes, they might be kind of badass because they could do all that with like their radioactivity and their gadgets and their superpowers. But Harry Potter, he's a better guy to look up to because he teaches us things which are real, things which are inside of us. He is the true hero because Harry Potter, he teaches us inner strength, love, loyalty, bravery, family, hard work and determination, wisdom, humor. Just so many things, and that list is only scratching the surface of what he has to offer. Harry Potter indubitably makes the world a better place. Now I will refrain to talking about things which only pertain to the Sorcerer's Stone. Please be sure to look out for more book reviews concerning the rest of the books of Harry Potter. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to get updates on those, okay? Harry Potter is very easy to read. Like, you could easily read it in a day if you're determined. I encourage you to read it even if you have already read it. Read it again. Read it to your kids. Heck, read it to someone else's kids. Spark the flame of goodness. The flame of greatness. Man, I must say, Harry Potter is quite a relief from those ancient Greek texts, as fun as they are. So Harry Potter takes place in a magical world of witches and wizards and goblins and demons and dragons. Okay, maybe not demons, but you know, you get the point. Magical stuff. And it follows the titular character as he transitions from the human world, or the Muggle world as it's called, to going to his first year at Hogwarts, which is a magical school which teaches magic and magical things. Back in the Muggle world, Harry Potter was abused by his adoptive parents, his aunt and his uncle. He was forced to live in a very tight space under the staircase, and he just had an all-around bad life at school and at home. No one ever showed him any love, man. You figure that sort of cruel news would turn a man cold, kind of like Frankenstein's monster. But when Harry is introduced to the wizard world for the very first time on his train ride to Hogwarts, no, we see an entirely different thing. We don't see a man who is cold and spiteful of everything because of the evils that the world has thrown at him. Not only is Harry a celebrity because of something that happened to him while he was an infant, but this dialogue happens while Harry is on the train. "Go on, have a pasty," said Harry, who never had anything to share before. Harry actually has money to buy things of his own for the very first time in his life. The very first time. He's never been able to buy anything for himself ever before. And what's the very first thing he does with that money? He buys it and he offers to share that with someone else, someone that he's never known before, Ronald Weasley. It's just a scene which I greatly appreciate in my later years, you know, encouraging sharing and optimism and perseverance. At one point, Harry and Ron inadvertently make a girl in their class, Hermione, cry, and she goes running off to the bathroom. A while later, you know, they learn that a gigantic troll has gotten loose because, you know, it's Hogwarts. I mean, there's just gigantic trolls roaming around the school. What a safe place. OSHA would not be happy. But anyways, they hear that this gigantic troll has gotten loose, and it is in the very bathroom where Hermione ran off crying. So Harry and Ron, these very young first-year students, they go off to the bathroom and fight the troll, and they win. They might have made Hermione cry, but it wasn't on purpose. They didn't intend to hurt her, and whenever they realized that she was in danger, they went right away to save her. They recognized that she was in danger because of them, so they went and faced their mistake and they fixed it. And not to mention, they risked their lives to save a person that they didn't even know. Bravery, courage, cleverness, friendship, and, Hermione became great friends with them after that. And, sort of a central plot of this is that something big and expensive and valuable is being kept in Hogwarts, and that someone evil, mean, and nefarious is trying to steal it. So the Magnificent Three, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, they try to protect it whenever they find out that it is being stolen. The headmaster of the school, Dumbledore, is gone, and there's really no one else that they can turn to tell this story to that it's going to be stolen, because they don't know who's doing the stealing. They don't know who to trust, so they put matters into their own hands. In this process, they risk their lives multiple times. They face a number of obstacles, a sequence of rigged rooms in order to get to this object and prevent it from being stolen. In each of the three, they shine at different points in these different rooms. Ron demonstrates incredible courage at a game of life-size chess where he must play as a piece. He sees that in order for his side to win, he must sacrifice himself in order for them to win, so he does so that his friends may go on. He gets himself almost killed so that his side can win. Just incredible. Hermione's dedication to knowledge and books and learning pays off as well in some rooms, but she points out, books and cleverness, there are more important things, friendship and bravery. And sure enough, they wouldn't have been able to make it through all those rooms if they didn't have friendship or bravery, because they needed each other to get through those rooms. Not just one person could have made it through, they needed all of their skills combined. And of course Harry, who faces one of the darkest wizards of all time. He who must not be named, Lord Voldemort, and defeats him. For the time being, there's 6 other books, so something's gotta happen. He couldn't have made it through there single-handedly. They all had to work together. Teamwork, friendship to overcome these obstacles. Now, the Sorcerer's Stone, for being a short book, has an incredible amount of characters, all unique and awesome in their own right. There's Hagrid, who is big and jolly, but also, most importantly, loyal to the headmaster Dumbledore. There's Minerva Mcgonagall, whose name is very fitting. Minerva is the Roman goddess of war and wisdom. McGonagall is wise, but she's also tenacious and carries a strong bite. Now, Professor Quirrell, he is a bad dude, but there's one thing which he said which I would like to dwell on momentarily. There is no good in evil, only power. Now, of course, this was said from the bad guy to the young guy, but it did make me think about the relationship betwixt good and evil and power. Is power inherently bad? I mean, no, there's good people who wield power as well. So power isn't one of the two, but it certainly leads to good or evil things depending on who's wielding it. So maybe there is some truth to that, but then again, the best of lies are sugar-coated with a little bit of truth to make the medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar to make the lies go down, eh? But then there's one of my favorite characters of all time, everywhere, across all literature. Albus Dumbledore, who is the perfect combination of quirk, spontaneousness, wit, wisdom, humor, kindness, cleverness, and all-around badassery. Dumbledore really is the perfect person. He's like the combination of all the good traits of everyone else in Harry Potter. I think you can see a little bit of everyone inside of Dumbledore. While reading, I like to jot down quotes that I like in my notebook, and while looking back through my notes, I realized that like 90% of the quotes that I jotted down were from none other than Albus Dumbledore. The very first time Harry consciously meets Dumbledore is at a school banquet, and this is his first impression of him. Before we begin our banquet, I would like to say a few words, and they are nitwit, blubber, oddment, tweak. That's when we see that Dumbledore in Hogwarts is just an awesome man in an awesome place. This isn't some Dead Poets Society school that we're dealing with. Dumbledore doesn't concern himself with those petty cultural norms. He sort of satirizes them in this and opens it up to humor. There's something in here called the Mirror of Erised, which shows people that which they most desire. And in Harry's case, what he most desires is his family, his real mom and dad. So that's what he sees in the mirror. The mirror is locked away in another part of the school, but Harry uses a cloak of invisibility, because that's awesome, so that he could go and visit the Mirror of Erised at night. so that he can look into it and see his real parents, who he's never met before. One day Harry sneaks in and he is so engrossed in seeing his heart's desire, having a loving family that actually cares for him, that he doesn't even notice that Dumbledore is in the room with him. Keep in mind that Harry's breaking numerous school rules by sneaking in and into this room, and that Dumbledore is the headmaster. But Dumbledore sees us and he's just cool and collected about it. He doesn't even care about it. He just has a friendly, wise, witty conversation with Harry instead. Strange how nearsighted being invisible can make you. When we can go through life without people noticing us, we miss out on important things. It's sort of, smartphones today, those are sort of our cloak of invisibility. Don't you think? Because we're just so engrossed in the world in our phone sometimes that we don't even notice the real world around us. But after this comes, I think, one of the greatest quotes. Dumbledore then talks to Harry Potter about his obsession with looking into the mirror of Erised. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. Sometimes we get so caught up in things that we want to do, people that we want to be, that we forget to live. It's good to dream, but don't get so caught up in that dream that you waste your life away trying to achieve it, trying to reach for it. It's phenomenal advice. It's a fantastic quote. I love it. After Harry and friends stop the thief and Dumbledore meets with Harry Potter in the hospital, Dumbledore spits out many more great things. Ah, that hurt. I hit my elbow on a corner. To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. The main villain, Voldemort, everyone is scared to mention. Literally no one will say his name, not a single person. But when Harry's talking to Dumbledore about this conundrum, about this evil dude, Dumbledore outright says the name, Voldemort. Fear of the name increases fear of the thing itself. Just another reason to be like this man. Sensible, brave, awesome. The truth is a terrible and beautiful thing, and therefore it should be treated with great caution. The truth is indeed beautiful, but sometimes it can hurt. But oddly enough, that pain is beautiful pain. But the pain from a lie is not. The pain from a lie is just pain. It's painful. Isn't it curious how that works? How the truth works? When Harry Potter and his friends want to go stop the thief from stealing this thing, the Philosopher's Stone, the Sorcerer's Stone, their friend Neville stands up to them in the middle of the night to stop them, to try to prevent them from doing this. Harry Potter and his friends are breaking many school rules by sneaking out at night to try to stop this thief, and Neville doesn't want them to get in any trouble. Of course this would let the thief get away, but Neville nonetheless wants them to respect the laws, the rules which are in place. So he stands up to them nonetheless. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends. Sometimes we need to stand up to our friends. Sometimes we need to stop them in their tracks and say, hey, whoa, man, what you're doing? This could be bad, this could be dangerous, this could get you hurt, man. You need to stop right there, okay, and reconsider your life. Sometimes being a friend isn't going with everything that they want to do. Yeah, man, I'm gonna jump off of a roof. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. You see, here's why. Sometimes a friend is fighting them back. Yeah, man, try out this needle, man. It's awesome. Whoa, stop right there, friend. You don't want to stick that needle in your arm, okay? It's gonna lead to some bad things later on in life, okay? What happened down in the dungeons between you and Professor Quirrell is a complete secret, so naturally the whole school knows. And then there is my personal favorite. Alas, earwax. Well, that is my review of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, just one of the most fantastic books and one of the most fantastic series of all time. My questions to you is just how well does this book inspire people? How does this inspire little people to grow up and become awesome big people, you know? Well, I'm J.K. Stief, the long-haired freak dude. Thank you for watching this book review. If you want to see more great book reviews, please check out my channel and hit the subscribe button, okay? And I do want to point out that I will be going off to college soon, and it's going to be kind of expensive. It's going to be kind of brokish. I'm going to be brokish. Actually, very brokish. More than brokish. So, if you could please check out my GoFundMe and just contribute $1 or $2, it would be incredibly helpful. It would be much appreciated. Well, I'm J.K. Stief, the long-haired freaky dude. Thank y'all for watching. See you in the next video.